just outside the door of this event hall. In the unlikely event of an emergency, 2 exits have been provided for your use. A stairway that you can access from the lift lobby just before you enter the event center. Another emergency exit is located right behind the stage's backdrop. The door can be opened by pushing the handle. Please do not use the elevators during an emergency. Rather, locate the nearest exit from where you are sitting in a calm and orderly fashion. Emergency responders will also be available to provide additional instructions as required. Please switch off your cell phones or activate the silent function so we don't interrupt the proceedings here today. Once again, welcome, and do enjoy your stay at Nigerian Exchange Group.
Thank you very much. I'm sure for the benefits of those who are seated up front and couldn't see the videos, we apologize for that. That ought to show up on the big screens behind me. We apologize. But if you need any help, I'm always around. I'm available. As a member of the exchange, I'm the only one listed on the exchange but never pays a listing fee. I've been listed here for 34 years of my career. And I'm happy to let our guests know today that there's never been a platform that's been put together to inform the market and provide an exchange of ideas and information than the facts behind the listing, facts behind the offer, facts behind the figures. It is a platform that is very unique to the exchange that brings all the parties to the table. So for those of you who are issuers, such as Halden, McCall PLC, this is a platform, and I'm sure the organization that we're listening to, the facts behind the present listing today, is not a company that is strange to the market, because it's a company that is brought to the market by a man who leads by example. Please let's put our hands together for the group chairman of NGS Group, Alhaji Dr. Umaru Kwaranga. As they say, charity begins at home. So he has brought a company of his own to the market and is our chief host here today. Even though the exchange has a CEO, please put your hands together for Mr. Jude Chiemeka. Of course, many of you met him on the floor earlier. He's our CEO here at the exchange. And he's also supported on the high table by the CEO of NGS Regulation, Mr. Olufemi Shobanjo. And that's technically the Attorney General, who ensures that all regulations, that's the in-house SEC of the NGX, ensuring that, so that's why he's sitting at the right hand of the CEO. And sitting at the far end, but very important man who has always been paying his listing fee, and under whom I stand on all existing protocols. Please put your hands together for Alhaji Rashid Yusuf, a doyen of the market. Alhaji, thank you very much for coming. And he's also supported by another doyen. He's called more of a radical doyen. That's Mr. Sam Nda, who is also a market. Please give him a round of applause. One is a Republican, the other is a Democrat. And I'm sure you can guess who is a Democrat or who is a Republican between Alhaji and Sam. You know. Thank you very much. It's good to have you. Now let's welcome our guests. And on this side of the aisle is the Chief Judge Fola Ogutade, the chairman of Halden McCall. Thank you very much for coming. He's both a Republican and a Democrat together. He has both a blue and a red. So he's complete. And he's got the whites of the exchange. Thank you very much for bringing your team. Mr. Edward Akinlade, the Group Managing Director of Halden McCall. And Sir Adewolu Farinu, the Non-Executive Director, Halden McCall. Mr. Farinu, please. Thank you very much for coming. Also recognize Mr. Adedapo Adekoje, Independent Non-Executive Director. And the gentleman who is seated here looks more like a barrister and a solicitor to me. I can't see the name. Prince. Oh, Prince. Oh, you're one of the company secretary. Please give me a round of applause. In the days of share certificates, I would have had a problem getting my certificate signed if I had missed him out. But now everything is digital, so you've got the CSCS. So, well, he still signs the share certificates, by the way. So I still have to come through him. Thank you very much for coming. Let me also quickly recognize Mr. Emmanuel Oko, who is the Chief Dealer at FinMal Financial Services Limited. Thank you very much. We were speaking on the floor earlier. Thank you very much. We'll hear more from all of you later on the program. But let me also recognize other parties to this particular listing by introduction. Mrs. Adenike Ajayi, who is the Chief Operating Officer of TOLG Advisors, solicitors to the listing, representing the Global Chairman, Mr. Michael Orimobi. Okay, thank you very much. Let me also recognize, please, the reporting accountant, Otumba Funsho Owoyemi, the managing partner. Mr. Peter Medwoye, the CFO of Central Securities Clearance System, representing Haruna Jallo Waziri, who is the managing director. Thank you very much. Our regards to the CEO. And of course, do we have Mr. Sam Onukwe, the chairman of Ashan, already in the hall? I'm not sure he has arrived. Mr. Abimbola Babalola, the head of trading and products at the NGX. Okay, that's another big name here, the exchange. I want to stand on existing protocols, and I'm sure we have KBACs respectfully recognize all of you for coming. Please put your hands together for our royal fathers. When men of this timber and caliber comes to the exchange, then you can understand the blessings that comes with a company such as Halden McCall. And that shows the company that they keep and how diverse the interest that we have in this company really is. We'll make this event very quick and straight to the point. And to that extent, please let me invite my chairman, the group chairman of Nigerian Exchange Group, Alhaji Dr. Umaru Kwaranga, to give us a very brief welcome address, and deliberately brief. But please, let me please recognize my chairman. Okay. Chief George Ogunsade, the chairman of Halden McCall, is also a senior advocate of Nigeria. Where is that, sir, please? Now, don't wonder, yes. I was once a paralegal, but I didn't finish up, so I missed that.
So, Bosun, you are not addressing him as Democrat or Republican again. You are SAN, so you slow down. So, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is my great pleasure to welcome the leadership of Halden McCall to the Nigerian Exchange for this pivotal fact behind the listing presentation. The decision by the board of management of Halden McCall to list 3.12 billion of its shares on the main board of NGS at 3.84 kobo per share is commendable, showing that the company is committed to transparency and the level of disclosure required by the market. As chairman of the NGS group, it is always heartwarming to welcome new companies into the market. Also, let me state that I wear two caps today. As the chairman of the NGS, as well as the CEO of FinMal Finance that brought this company to the market. That's why this listing is one very close to my heart, as my organization, FinMal, is responsible for bringing Halden McCall to the market, and we feel proud that we'll bring more listing to this market. I therefore extend my appreciation to my own team at FINMA and other parties to this transaction. It is pertinent to admit that this listing will further give visibility to Nigeria's real estate sector and position Halden McCall as one of the companies playing a key role in closing the Nigeria housing deficit. I believe we'll hear more from the chairman and the CEO of Halden McCall on how they intend to add value and reduce that deficit that we're having in our housing sector of the Nigerian economy. At the Nigeria Exchange Group, we pride ourselves on being the premier market infrastructure for raising capital, providing the right platform and ecosystem that facilitates efficient access to funds for businesses. Over the years, we have continually invested in building a robust, transparent, and technologically advanced market that caters to the needs of issuers and investors alike. The NGX platform is strategically positioned to support the growth ambitions of companies by offering a trusted environment for capital formation, underpinned by world-class governance standards, enhanced regulatory frameworks, and a commitment to innovation. We are confident that your company's listing on NGS will position you to a flurry of available capital options to provide your capital needs and grow your businesses. I will encourage you to stay close to the stockbroking community and the NGS in general to ensure that your information, particularly financials, are released in time, in line with the approved timelines by the NGS regulation, as been, I believe, discussed this morning with your team and our NGS regulation team. This will ensure sustained confidence in your company's stock and efficient share price discovery. NGS Group remains committed to supporting businesses like Halden McCall in their growth journeys, fostering innovation, and contributing to Nigeria's long-term economic development. I believe we have the capacity at the NGS to meet the plan, the objective of this government of reaching $1 trillion economy. I believe we have the capacity at the NGS, and we are ready to support the government in achieving that objective. Once again, let me congratulate the leadership and shareholders of Halden McCall on this remarkable achievement. We look forward to your continuous success and your positive contributions to the Nigerian real sector and the broader economy in general. Thank you very much for listening. I appreciate it. Thank you.
NGS Group has set the tone for these presentations. So let's just follow that up very quickly with that of the Managing Director of the Nigerian Exchange Limited, Mr. Jude Chiemeka. Please, let's have his welcome address. Thank you. On behalf of the NGS.
Thank you, Bosin. I don't think anybody can beat the chairman's voice, and I believe he's done an excellent job in welcoming everyone. So let me just, if you will permit me, Mr. Chairman, the Doyen, to rely on already established protocol and also our royal fathers. It gives us great joy to really welcome Halden McCall to our daily official list, being listed today on our main board. Like they will say, the newest bride of the NGS. I think they deserve a round of applause. The NGX is a multi-asset exchange, not just an equity-based exchange. We have 322 listed securities on our exchange. And the chairman did talk about our platform as a viable platform for capital raise for corporates. Year to date, we've been able to facilitate the raise of over 5.7 trillion naira for the corporates and governments, and this is away from all the capital raise activities that the banks are doing. And you can recall that a lot of the banks that have raised capital have utilized our platform. So this is indeed a viable platform. It's a platform that is a member of the World Federation of Exchanges. We also have partnerships and MOUs with leading exchanges in the world, including London Stock Exchange, Johannesburg Stock Exchange, and more recently, Nasdaq Dubai. And what this does for our market is to open up our market to international investors. Many of the international investors that invest in our market really rely on our platform. And technology is really at the heart of our strategy. The capital raise that just occurred capitalize on our NGX Invest distribution platform that allows investors from anywhere in the world to participate in the capital raise activities that are going on in Nigeria. So we're truly delighted to be welcoming you to this event, and we believe that there's a lot of value even inherent for you as a company that you can really tap from. We've talked about our X Academy, which is really best-in-class world capacity building platform that will also help strengthen not just the knowledge base of our participants, but also even that of their staff as well. So we really call on you to look into that and make sure that you get all the benefits associated with listing on our platform. Our platform is very robust in the sense that it offers a very viable secondary market. Year to date, we've traded 2.4 trillion naira worth of securities on this platform, and that's just on the equity side of the business. And so we have a combined market cap of over 106 trillion. So this is a very huge market that you have come into, and I believe that you can utilize this market to raise even capital. Today you're listing by introduction, but this market is strong enough to support all your future aspirations in terms of raise of capital to drive the expansion plan that you have. The other thing to really highlight is, as an exchange, we're a member of the World Sustainable Stock Exchange Initiative. So ESG is a matter that exchange takes very seriously, and will also call on you to even begin to, now that you're listed, to look at all the ESG related issues around sustainability, the environment and the governance structure. Obviously, because you're listed, you certainly will have a lot more enhanced governance structure in running your business. That said, let me also welcome everyone that is online, because I do believe that there are a lot of people that are online because of our technological support on all our different platforms. I will believe that the company will provide all the facts associated with this listing, and I expect you to also ask questions, and your questions will be duly addressed. Let me also thank all my colleagues that have worked tirelessly to ensure that we have a seamless exercise. It's always good to always make reference to our primary market team, our corporate communication team, but in reality is we do all work together to ensure that when you come to the exchange, you have a very good and enjoyable experience. Thank you so much, and we look forward to all the details that the company will provide. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Juchemeka, the CEO of the Nigerian Exchange. I came to the trading floor and I was looking at the company, Halden McCall, and I saw the HM as the, looks like the logo of the company. And I was saying that should be His Majesty. Please, let's put our hands together for His Majesty, the majesties we have here. Thank you very much. And that sounds, I said, well, quite appropriate, isn't it? Let's listen now to Chief Judge Folu Ogunlade, SAN, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, the chairman of Halden McCall, as he gives us the opening sequence of the facts behind the listing presentation. Chief, you have the floor, please. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The facts behind the listing will be presented by the GMD of our company, Mr. Edward Akinlade, at the appropriate time. What I will just do is just to offer brief remarks. And let me start by thanking, good afternoon, everybody. Let me start by thanking everybody for attending this listing ceremony of Halden McCall. We are indeed delighted that you're all able to make it and be present with us here today. Well, before I proceed, I think it's also apt for me to thank the chairman of this great exchange. He has been extremely accommodating, along with his directors. We thank you for your services to the Nigerian business sector in ensuring a free, fair, and efficient market in Nigeria. We thank you very much, sir. Well, this is indeed a very momentous day for us at Halden McCall. To say that we are overwhelmed will be an understatement. It has been many, many years in the works. A lot of pain along the way, frustration added to it, but we're indeed grateful to God that this day has come to fruition. We couldn't have achieved this without the great support of our very diligent staff, who have been absolutely fantastic, the directors, who have shown nothing but commitment in ensuring that this day does happen. Halden McCall really and truly is a game changer in the Nigerian property real estate development sector. We intend to bridge the huge housing deficit that has been identified for several years now. According to the latest World Bank statistics, Nigeria currently has a deficit of 28 million housing units, 28 million. And to bridge that deficit, we will need 21 trillion naira. All we can do is imagine it. We will need to build approximately 700,000 units of houses every year. So we can also see that this is indeed a very, very huge and monumental task. Our vision at Halden McCall is to deploy our skills, our experiences, our resources into bridging that deficit as best as we can. We appreciate the fact that the challenge is huge. It will not be easy, but we are committed to the task. And that is partly why we have decided to list on this great exchange to assist us in actualizing that vision. So once again, I thank you all very much for taking the time to share this great day with us. And we are indeed very grateful. Thank you.
I would have betted that my senior advocate of Nigeria would take a longer time. But since he's not standing before my Lord, he decided to make it very brief. My Lord, you brought back memories in those days, so that's well appreciated, brief and straight to the point, so that we can have enough time to engage with the Group Managing Director of Halden McCall, Mr. Edward Akinlade. He's going to give us a blow-by-blow account of what the company is all about, what the offer to the markets and investors is all about, and how we can all partake in the real estate and hospitality business. Of course, they already have something to offer to the market, and that's why they are here. Let's take a listen. Please give a round of applause, please, as he takes the podium. The Group Managing Director of Halden McCall, Mr. Edward.
Thank you very much. You're all welcome. I'm particularly, let me stand on all existing protocol. I have a short time, and this presentation is my passion, is what I was brought up for in terms of real estate business and hotel business. That is my passion. So what I'm here to do today is to sell you my passion. If I go backward, I grew up in the city of London. And during my days, Mrs. Thatcher did what is called the right to buy. If any one of you understand what that is, i.e., those who are living in their home, let's sell it to them at a discount. And then those people now use it to raise money and become bigger. Middle income class of people in the UK, a lot of them were male. And she transformed the UK economy, all through homes ownership. I am a chartered accountant in England, chartered accountant in Nigeria. But my last job in the UK, I worked for an housing association. And what was I doing in that housing association? I was basically going to auction, buying property, collecting money from the housing corporation, using it, refurbishing the house. We rent it. We go and do another one. We rent it. So when I left, I basically continued doing this. And what did I do? I don't have money. You know, Nigerian people in the UK, they're very poor. What did I do? While I was working, I had a good credit rating. So myself and my wife had a good credit rating. We had about 10 credit cards in London. I'm talking about mid-90s. So we collected all the cash on all these credit cards. That's £100,000. And then we used this to start buying property in auction. At those times, this is right at the beginning of Tony Blair. And as long as Tony Blair was the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, house prices was going on. So I ride that market for 10 years. So in 2006, something said to me, Edward, pack your load and go to Nigeria. When you get to Nigeria, do the same thing. But when I got to Nigeria, I made one fundamental mistake. I should have come to the stock market to add to my money, and this company will be bigger by now. Because as at that time, I'm sure the chairman will remember, you can do any sort of listing, personal paper, because our people were all excited into the market. But no, I decided to be spending my money here and there, bank loan here and there. But God time is the best. So a niche has now been created in the Nigerian market. Our people need home in their million. When I arrived here in 2006, statistics, I think one report by Babaja Konde that he commissioned states that housing deficit in Nigeria is 16 million. Today, we have been to 28 million. How can this be done? Opportunity is via the stock exchange, via listing our shares. I am not averse to borrowing. I am not averse to listing. I am not averse to bonding. I raise some bond, so long as there is an asset to back it up. So if we come and list, it means that we will have access to funding in whatever method our advisors will advise us better. If we can raise 200 billion and use it to build, we cannot call it low-cost housing again. It's now affordable housing. Because in Nigeria, there's nothing called low-cost housing. It's all very expensive. If we can build, support government where our people are based, in Lagos, in Abuja, in maybe Port Harcourt, where our people concentration. So that is what we want to do, aggressively. If we cannot raise money further beyond where we are, we can do 1,000 units. But if our plan works very well, we can do as much as 100,000 units every year. Statistics from Lagos State government shows that since the return back to civilian 1999, this dispensation, they have not built 10,000 units in all of Lagos. Lagos home, this home, that, they have not done 10,000 units. So it creates an opportunity for us in the private sector to go in there, and I'm sure that this exchange will welcome us, will support us, and let us drive and work hard. You may say, where will our people get the money to buy these homes? Yes, because what we are talking about now, I read one report that the federal government is offering a Renew Hope estate in Abuja for 9 million. And the following day, the figure was revised to 20 million. Just a one-bedroom. So we know it is not easy, but we will use value engineering to deliver this home. And then it will also come with a mortgage, not a mortgage of 1 year, 2 years. Because if you want to borrow money from any Nigerian bank now to buy a home, it's a 2-year, 3-year loan at almost 50 or maybe 30%. We will provide funding through our partners so that they can take mortgages over 25 years period. So whatever they need to spend now will be cut to a bare minimum. And then, like we were told, let our people breed. That will let them breed. Rent in Lagos at the moment has gone haywire. But let me get back into, so I'm just giving you a background. So if I get back, you all have a copy of my fact behind the listing in your hand. I'm not going to go line by line. I'm just going to summarize them. So if I start from page 101, page 1, our vision and who we are. This company was incorporated 2012, but it was in 2021 that we decided to take it to make it a PLC, i.e., a public company open to everybody, and that is what gets us to where we are today. So we are eager to do some more. And what is our vision? Our vision is to create sustainable businesses in two areas, real estate and homes, and hotel. And that is what we have been doing. The first business, which is, so the company we created, Halden McCall PLC, is an holding company. It holds 100% asset in two different companies, Suru Home Limited and Suru Express Limited, basically as a consolidation, because with this sort of structure, it allows you a bigger platform than having it as two separate businesses. Suru Home has been going since 2008, because that was one of the first companies I established when I came, basically to do real estate business. We have done so many, I don't even know where to start, but some, I will come to them. But you can also do a Google, Suru Home, see what he has done. We are not a company that have just arrived here. This listing we are doing, we have been on this journey for over 2 years to get us here. Although our partners told us it will take 6 months at the beginning to bring us in. And I'm sure that our chairman will look at the timing to use it to encourage people, companies like ours, because most companies, when they feel that this thing is going to take 2 years, I'm not doing. But if they know this thing can be done, I'm not saying cut corners, I'm just saying work with these companies to achieve listing. Now, I've told you about what Suru Home does, what we intend to do. But one of the other things that Suru Home does that makes us stand out from our peers is that we trade in lands. We hold the land banks. Anytime we have excess liquidity, we go into the market, we buy land. We go into the market, we call the banks, what do you have to repossess? We buy land, we buy property, we buy everything from Nigerian banks. And then we add value in one way or the other, we sell, we do the same thing again. A year ago, we bought a property from a bank in Gowan Estates for about 60 million. Early this year, we sold it for 120 million. Because the attitude of banks is, we want our money. So we actively trade, but we don't get involved into problem assets. So, i.e., the bank and the liquidator, so the customer, have an agreement. Just sell, pay yourself, and then they will call us. So we do a lot of that. And that is what actively builds our asset base over the years. The company does not have any loan except the loan that I gave the company over the years. When we borrow money, Nigerian bank, it's trouble. So we run away from this. Somebody said to me earlier on today that, do I know that rates in some Nigerian bank is as high as 35%? If you borrow at 35% from a Nigerian bank, the business, what business will make that money to pay the bank and also to make profit in a year? That loan i.e., it's a non-performing loan from day one. So we have to reinvent ourselves to come through this method. And it obviously will open more channel for us. I have discussed to you about the trend, which is on page 3, the trend in the market, i.e., 3 critical areas, Lagos, Abuja, and Port Harcourt, are the area we want to focus on. We want to trade more in the middle, in the affordable area. Luxury, we will trade in that area when we buy property from Nigerian banks, because we can make money and turn it around. Hotel, when I arrived in Nigeria 2006, Ikeja GRA, there was only 2 hotels. 2. So I now said to myself, what business can we also be doing using the same brick and mortar? Because real estate and hotel has one similarities, brick and mortar. What business can we be doing in the same area? I decided hotel. It will also be generating cash flow. So we invested in an hotel in the Ikeja GRA called Suru Express, which is on Joel Ogunaike, 49A. And it has been growing. So we then move it forward. We bought another hotel in Surulere, Babsani Masham. In fact, during COVID, we opened another hotel in Ikorodu. The one in GRA is about 32 rooms. Ikorodu is about 91. The one in Surulere is 21 rooms. So it is that type of business we want to do to grow. And what we try and do is that we create a brand that can rival the Southern Sun, but at our own affordability level. We are not in the luxury 7-star hotel. No, we're in budget hotel. In, out, clean hotel. And it's been very, very profitable for us. If you look at our turnover at the moment, you will see that we are doing close to about 3 billion last year. Part of that comes from our hotel. Our hotel generates last year about 700 million in turnover. So you can see that the bulk of our business is in real estate and hotel. So we are proud of what we have done in the past. If I now go to page 6, page 6 talk about who our people are. I don't need to say much. A senior advocate of Nigeria is here, who is our chairman. I'm here, an accountant. We have our company secretary, who is a barrister. We have other directors, which detail can be found on page 6 and 7. I don't want to start going into each and every one of them, but these are professionals from various walks of life to bring our vision into life. We are also aware that Nigerian Stock Exchange breathed into us the need for a good corporate governance. So we created, in line with recommendation, have 3 separate committees, risk committees. So if we want to buy a house, if we want to develop a new hotel, a risk committee will look at it. We have also board nomination, governance, and remuneration committee to look, so that I cannot just wake up and say I want to pay myself 1 trillion naira. A committee will have to look at it. And then we have the board audit committee also. And then when you go to page 9, you will see our management team. This is not a business we can do with few people. Under international standard, each of our hotels is supposed to have exact number of people to match the number of rooms. So you can see the broad. And each of our hotels has a GM. We are lucky that God has brought some of the best to us, because over the years, finding the best candidates to run our hotel in Nigeria has been trouble. But At the right time, God brought the right people. So we have, and then the other thing I want to say is that for our listening, particularly the training we had this morning, we realized the importance of a compliance officer. So ahead of us coming to list our existing share, we appointed a compliance officer who is a lawyer. On a daily basis, is banging us in the right direction. We must do this, we must do this, we haven't paid this, we haven't paid that, we need to comply with this, we need to comply with that. But today, I now realize that the work is much. To be a successful listed company in Nigeria is not easy. But I believe with a son here, so if there's much more problem, I'll send them to San's house. I believe that with San's here, the company secretary here, we should be able to partner the exchange and make sure that we continue to comply. I see a bright future for us because we are trying to do what man has not done. Grow affordable homes in Nigeria. That is our passion. In whatever way we will need to finance it, we will do. With your support. Some of our current projects are listed on page 9 or page 10 in terms of what we are doing. We are building 16 units in Owode, Mile 12. We are building 3 units in Alade, Ikeja. We are building 48 building. We have just completed it. Years ago, I decided that I'm not happy with the way Naira is going. So what did we do? We went to Port Novo, next door. We invested and built 48 apartments in Port Novo. It has cost us £1 billion to do. But when we were taking those money to Port Novo, exchange rates to the Naira. In those days, 1 Naira, 3 CFA. Today, 1 CFA, 3 Naira. So you can imagine if we go to Port Novo today and sell and move the money back to Nigeria, we'll be cash rate. But what do we do with the Naira? So at the moment, what we have just decided to do is renting and collecting CFA in rents. One of our, I would say, sweeter transaction we did, and we will do more of this. I wish we were able to just do 1,000 in Port Novo then, but thanks be to God. K2, 34 units, we have completed that also. We have sold it already. Some of our land bank are also listed. We have 100 acres of land in Majidun. That is what we want to build affordable homes. So we own the land. We have land in Okpebi. We have land in Oyigbo. It's Abeokuta, Akiolugbade, Alade, and many more. We have land in Adeni Jones. So what we do is we own all this land for a while. We sell. We go back. We do another. We sell. Those type of business, land banking, can never dry up in Lagos. It is impossible because banks will always lend. Some people will always default. It's given. It's given. Some of our past projects is on page 11 in terms of what we have done. 24 units in the Ojora, Ikoyi. We built in the past for federal government of Nigeria in Ibeshe. We did 56 units in Ikeja GRA. We did 12 units in Adeyemi Lawson. We did 32 units in Abeokuta Street in Ebutemeta. So we have history. Next is a graph, a picture, page 12 talks about what we have done in terms of our history. this year has been a success. It's not even the end of the year. We have done about 3.3 billion naira in turnover. Profits better than last year already. Our total asset has gone up. And I'm sure that with partners like you and I, the sky can only be the limit for us. So that gives you an analysis of our, I don't want to take you into each and every figure and drill, but that gives you a picture for. And then on page 13, it's a chart that shows you what we have achieved again. So you can look at it if you are not a fan of numbers. Now, assuming we keep on using our money, page 14 tells you what we want to do next. I.e., we don't go and borrow. This is what we will do next. Now, imagine if we then have access to funding. I'm talking about bond in one form or the other. I'm talking about IPO. I'm talking about international partners. But one of the things that we must be careful of is if we go and take FX loan, a lot of our people have run back to their village. Because when FX move from under 500 to almost 1.7 now, they run away. So we need to be careful, and that is why our stock exchange must be, we must analyze what we can see here to fund our operation. Now, what I have on page 14 is assuming we are not borrowing, we want to continue using our money. This is what we will do in the coming years. Number one, we want to expand our hotel in Lagos. We want to buy 2 hotels in the Lekki axis because the Dangote refinery, people there, they will soon be needing more. We cannot do more in the Ikeja GRA. Ikeja GRA has too many hotels already. In fact, soon, Ikeja GRA will be called the capital town. Well, the capital... the capital area of hotel in the whole of Nigeria. Not in Lagos. I said in the whole of Nigeria. And many is still being built. Many is still being built. We give thanks to God because we did it with small money. If you want to put up an hotel in the GRA, you're talking of billions upon billions. So we have an area like that. We have a Jawo estate, another area close to the airport, close to Lekki. So that's what we want to do going forward. We want to have 2 hotels in Abuja. We are not going to go and build a hotel. Let me assure you. We are going to buy an existing rundown hotel, strip it, put new furniture in there, and put our brand there. It's an exercise we can turn around in 4 months, 5 months, 6 months. Not construction risk. We cannot be involved in that at the moment. Suru Home, we want to develop 1,000 affordable units in 5 years, i.e. with our own current money. But if we can do a bond program of say 200 billion and do it in phases, you can see what that will do. Development of 100 middle class, like what we did in Abeokuta Street, in development, another 50 units in Port Novo. Expansion of our land bank. We buy, we sell, we buy, we sell, we buy, we sell. And then at group level, working with financial institutions on their repossessed property. Basically, we are creating a market for the banks to tap into. If we have all the money, we do an advert in Nigerian newspaper. Nigerian bank, what do you have to sell? Our phone will be ringing non-stop. Expansion through acquisition of similar companies. In fact, we have a company on the Nigerian Stock Exchange at the moment. I'm not going to mention it. It has been one of the success stories in real estate, but the performance is poor at the moment. We are listed now. We can go to them and offer some of our shares, some cash to them, take them over, expand our business. We will actively do more of that. So if you have a company that is a building company doing nothing, come and see us. We are in the market. We will give them tradable stock. Next page, page 15, talks about our financial projection for the next 5 years. Like I said, this year we have done this year we have done over 3 billion. I'm confident that by the time we end this year, we will have done at least 3.5. As Nigerian government is saying, they want to spend another 20 billion next year. We ourselves are projecting that we want to double our revenue next year, aggressively. And how do we do it? Land trading. How do we do it? Low-cost housing. How do we do it? Building property. And one of the ways we sell our property is as we are building, we don't need to finish. People who have done business with us will come and buy. So on page 15 is our projected cash flow for the next 5 years. I'm not going to bore you with it. When you get home, go and read it. So finally, our promise to the markets. One of the promises that is not listed here is that we promise to provide to the market timely, market-sensitive information about what we're doing. You know, a lot of companies are silent. But we will not be silent. We will tell you what we are doing. If possible, we will do it on a monthly basis. Profit after tax growth. We know what we have done in the past. By repeating the same thing, it will take us to a better promised land. Also, we have a policy that whatever we make, 30% will be distributed among our shareholders every year. There are one of the reason why we had the collapse of investors' confidence in Nigeria is because companies were making money, they were not paying dividends. We will not do that. It's a policy commitment. So this year, for example, whatever we made by December, what we will be investing next year back into the business is only 70%. The remaining 30% will be taken out as dividend to shareholders. Strong investors' confidence. Our phone, our office is open. Come and ask us questions. Come and talk with us. We are not hiding. We are available. We have a lot of entrepreneurs in Nigeria. You can't get them. I don't believe in that school of thought from where I came from. Make yourself accessible. If you have not have anything to hide. It's like our men of God. I'm sure they will forgive me. If the man is so good at what he does, why does he need police with gun going around with him? So we believe we have nothing to hide. Come and talk to us. Maintain strong investors' relation. We have bumped up our websites. We are providing timely, accurate relation there. You can also call our compliance officer, call the company, ask for more information. Provision of timely information, which I've told we will try and do more and more of that. And finally, if we have made all this money, how have we impacted with this money on our people in the past? Page 17 tells you what we have done. Last year, is it last year? Last year during the election, our people were just left outside at the Nigerian information NIMS office in Ikeja. They were in the sun. we had to go and build a shade for people to stay in. You know, during the election, people were going there to get their names so that they can go and register. We've done a lot of that. We've supported out of school children. In the past, no, we're still doing. There's a children orphanage in Bariga. We're still supporting them on a monthly basis so that those children can have a future. And then one of my greatest, it gives me joy, is when I go to Agege on a monthly basis and go and feed 500 people, first of every month in Agege, giving back. While I travel, and we wanted to do the one, I think, is it the one for August? That was when they were doing the bad governance, 1st of August. So we were not able to do, because we believe that we don't want to go and cause wahala in Agege. But it gives me joy when I do things like that. I can sleep very well at night. There is hunger in the land. There was hunger in the United Kingdom in the year 19, what was it? There was hunger in the UK in the year 1979. Terrible hunger. But I just told you what Mrs. Thatcher did to bring it down. So we will do more of corporate social responsibility more. So I hope you have been blessed with what I've said. Yes, so let me just end and say, come, invest, and partner with us. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, the Group Managing Director, Mr. Edward Akilade of Halden McCall PLC. I guess I have a new landlord in you. Thank you very much for that very robust presentation. I think we'll now move on very quickly to Q&A. In our usual fashion, we'll take 3 questions in just about 2 or 3 batches, and then we will allow the Group Managing Director to react, provide further insight into the presentation that he has made. I think we'll give a floor, if you permit me, to a dealing member. Mr. Chairman, if you permit me. Yes, why, please? Please, let's have a dealing member here first, please.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon. My name is Tajuddin Olayinka, and let me first congratulate this company for coming around to get the company listed. But Mr. Chairman, sir, permit me to also extend the protocol, because the KBAC that is here in our midst is Oba of Shashaland. My late parents live in that area, and in fact, he was actually with us during the 8-day fidal prayer of my late mother. Thank you, KBAC. MD, I've listened to you. All my life, I've been in this finance world. I traded nothing. I've never traded shoes or bags. It's just shares, bonds, what have you. But these things, sometimes there is some sophistication that we cannot avoid or we cannot dodge. We just have to manage so that that sophistication does not become something else. They say in business, opportunity can become threat. So you have to continuously scan that environment so that at any point you are going to spot that this opportunity that you are seeing today may become threat. Then you take a position ahead of that threat, evolving. You said you went to Port Novo. That was a good move as far as I'm concerned. But when you invest in a company like yours, I mean, when the shareholder invests in a company like yours, he's investing in a real estate company, not real estate investment trust. The other one that is real estate investment trust is highly regulated. You cannot just go to Port Novo without approval. I just want to follow that line of thought. In your own case, you can go to Port Novo, you can go to, and your case is similar to USC property. And I'll give you an instance of where USC property got it wrong, that eventually became a problem that another company had to take them out. USC property invested heavily in what they call, is it Golden Hotel or something like that around Festac? Golden to hell. Now, at the time they went there, that opportunity was there. Everybody loved the place. But suddenly there was one, whether it was construction work or something, that cut off that area. They eventually got trapped. They couldn't do anything. They couldn't even return money that they had borrowed to sink that investment there. They did that because it was more of a real estate investment company, not real estate investment trust. Because the trust is highly regulated by SEC. You cannot do what you like. And in your own case, you say you'll be paying 30%. In the real estate investment trust, you pay 70%. They invest in properties and they rent those properties out. They don't do land speculation. But they don't make money as much as you will make if you go into this kind of land speculation, taking all these risks that you intend to take. So, because of the fact that you are not going to be highly regulated in the area of, as it is obtained in real estate investment trust, how do we safeguard or how do we guide your company against taking some kind of unreasonable risk? Thank you.
Oh, okay. That will be the second question. Yes, thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Jami by name. I really want to congratulate you for coming to the floor. The first thing is that when you were, during the course of your presentation, you made us to understand that most of the land you acquired, or those properties you acquired it from bank defaulters. Now I begin to wonder, now by the time you get 200 billion that you want to raise in the market, maybe some of us will have lost our own CFO. I mean, our own CFO. So because what you have told us that most of the property you have acquired it from bank defaulters. Is there no any alternative of your acquisition of these properties so that you can be able to, whether it's trading you want to do or you want to build? So let us know what other sources that you have for you to acquire those of lands, because I don't want to lose my CFO because of defaulting to bank loans. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Let's take okay. There's a hand up front here. Just a second. Let's take the land up front. Yes, please.
Thank you very much. All protocols observed. I am David Adonri of High Cap Securities. I more or less want to commend this company, having taken a look at the origin and the growth trajectory over time. I think the promoters have actually accomplished a lot. And from the presentation of the MD, I am very, very confident that this company can actually hit the rooftop, because he looks to me like somebody who is well grounded in this business, somebody who can be trusted in this business. However, he mentioned something, and it relates to taking foreign financial facility to increase the capacity of the business, and alluded to something that has always haunted those who bare-chested went into taking foreign debt, and that is a currency risk. But I want to say that it's not something that you should be afraid of, because now you can actually mitigate your exposure to foreign currency risk through derivatives, which are also available in this market. So the 200 billion naira you're talking about, you can actually access funds. Although I would prefer you to access the funds locally through our market here anyway, because we shall all benefit. However, you can add more muscle to that by taking foreign debt, the exposure of which you can hedge using derivative products that are available in this market. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Andoni. I'm sure the GMD will quickly take those three as a first batch of questions.
Thank you. The first question is talking about bad risk investments. I do agree, and that is why we have a risk assessment committee. So if we want to invest, we sit down, we look at all the parameters before that decision is taken. Don't forget that we are here because of lack or bad risk management framework in Nigeria. So it's something that we have looked at and we are utilizing. So before we assess carefully. Yes, occasionally we may get it wrong. But if getting it wrong is kept to a minimum, overall success will be our way. We must, if we don't want to take risk, there is no future. Being in this all as we sit in is a risk. But mitigate against the risk. Second question says that, is it only from banks that we buy from? No. I'm only saying that they are one source and they sell at a discount. That is what I was dwelling on. If you want to buy a land, say for example in the Ikeja GRA today, you probably pay maybe an acre 4 billion naira. If a bank is selling it, you may get away with 3 billion naira. That is what I'm saying. Now, but we don't get involved in those transactions until an agreement is in place. So it's not that I will go to the bank and I'll say, bank, I want to buy a property from you. Go and repossess Mr. A's. And no, we don't do that. It is only when they have exhausted all the position. Yes, I agree, sir. There are aging products in the markets. The costs is one of the what drove us away. Let me give you a story. When I came to Nigeria, 2006, I got a $100 million loan from Merrill Lynch, London. What was the exchange rate? 125, 100. I thank God that I did not collect that money. So the Nigerian bank I gave it to, you know what they did? They gave me the naira. And then they went to London and collected the loan. And then, when Lamido Sanusi came, I don't want to dwell on that. Yes, but I am not aware that there are aging companies in Nigeria. Sorry. So thank you for bringing that to my knowledge. The company that wanted to do that aging then was Standard Chartered London. I remember that story. But what they were quoting, and they were right, they were quoting double rates. They were quoting double rates at that time. In fact, if anybody had done that, it would have made more money. Because sooner or later, the rates, remember when Lamido Sanusi came in, the rate went to as high as about 175. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you very much. I'm sure that's well clear. You know, you have the managing director who is a chartered accountant. And to his right is a senior advocate of Nigeria. To his left, and to the company secretary is also a man called to the bar.
lawyers are around me.
So both of them, so you can see that they're covered. They can see all the legal aspect of things and be sure that your CFO stays intact. But if you have one, just bring it along. Yeah, we have another set of questions very quickly, the second batch.
Thank you. For the records, my name is Nana Ao. First, I want to say that the chairman of NGAs and the MD of the company probably were doing different presentations from different angles. Both of them very bullish. But having gone through what I find on the net concerning the company, the first I want some explanation around, now that you have become publicly listed, what are you likely to do differently with the size of your board? You have a 14-man board, and that is the second highest or second largest as far as the Nigerian market is concerned. Is it an indication that no new representations will be done? Because now you'll be asking smaller shareholders to come in. Who is going to protect their interest? That's the first observation I want to make. The second observation has to do with around your presentation, talking about the future. And in your promise, what you did mention is that profit growth is going to be a major aspect of the promise. But if you look at your 5-year financial summary, and I'll run that, in 2017, you are hoping to make a profit after tax of 3.02 billion. That itself means that it's a drop from the 2016 position that you are projecting 3.25 billion. And that's not the only year that you also be hoping there will be a drop. In 2019, by the way, the market is about the future. That's why I'm interested in your forecast. In 2019, you are hoping to do 2029, don't mind me. In 2029, you are hoping to do 4.29 billion. But in 2028, what's your forecast is 4.9. So I'm interested as to what variables are likely to be at play that will make 2017 and 2019 a less performing year in terms of growth. 2029 and 2027. Yeah, what are the things that you are hoping will be at play in those years and that will be responsible for the drop in that profit after tax? You know the interesting thing why this is also important for me? One of the things that you called your hotels happens to be Suru. And I'm told that in western part of the country it means be patient. But now that you have come into the market, I'm not sure that people are going to be as patient as you probably will have been as a private company. I'm not sure. And if you then relate that to return, I projected that in 2024, using your 9 months results, that what you will make in terms of profit at the end of the year will not be less than 650 million. Don't forget, using your 9 months result. And that itself will mean that at a share price of 4 naira 22 kobo, that is today's price, the yields that you'll be talking about relative to the earnings will be 4.2%. Looking from inside, are you expecting that shareholders will get a yield higher than that? Because don't forget what I said, they are not going to be Suru. Most of them are now alone Shugu, I'm told. So it's important that this is explained. On the back of the fact that you did mention that the best you probably will do is to pay 30% of the profit after tax. And on a final note, I heard you're not going to be borrow as much as possible. You want to have organic growth, but all of them from local financing. at what point, now that you have been listed, at what point will you be coming to market to come and raise additional capital? I want to thank you for your boldness to come at this time. Probably, like you said, if the thing was, if you were told that it was going to be delayed for 2 years and you are going to come now, maybe you would not have come. But even your coming at this time is also a good one. But we'll be watching you because I've heard you. I didn't tape you, but I wrote literally everything that you said. And that itself will be an evidence that will be used against you in future. Thank you very much.
Mr. Nanawo, you may approach the bench. One of the questions from the far right of the hall, madam.
Let me suggest that it's already after 4. I think since it is a lady that is going to take, we should allow to take, but I think after that, we should try a round up. Yes, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Yeah. My name is Adani Alabi. I trade for Equity Capital Solutions. This is actually an observation. You have done so well, but I just realized that all your investments appear to be located in Lagos. And the only time you veered away from Lagos, you went to Port Novo, was it? So what about the other places in Nigeria? I suggest to you, you try Warri.
Home delivery. Home delivery. Mr. Chairman, home delivery. Home delivery, Mr. Chairman. Take it. Take it, please. Take it. Please.
Thank you very much, sir. Number one, why do we have a large board? I think I'm going to throw that back to the exchange, because part of what it was one of those requirements they made on us during the listing process. So I don't want to go further in there, because when we started, we were not as large as this. So should I leave that? What do you?
No, just response to some of those ones. If there's any clarification, I believe the CEO of NGA is regulation, but I don't think we would encourage to have this large board. We encourage to have independent directors. But I think go ahead with other answers. We can invite the NGA regulation, just give a clarification. Right. But like the one I have said, I think it's something that you should look at going forward, so that there are people that are going to invest that may likely want to come to the board. I want to look at the size. Sometimes it's a bit discouraging when you have that. That means there is not like opening. But I think this is something that you just take as part of the takeaways of today's fact behind the listing, and I believe it's something that we can be able to take into consideration in future.
Yes. So we were asked to create a committee for our corporate governance. So that is one of the reasons that led to us bringing money individual onto our board who are qualified in that area. Secondly, why is our profit up and down? Up and down. It reflects what I will call cyclical timing of construction. You don't make the same money year in, year out, or a continuous growth in real estate. If you look at our actual, you will see what we have done in terms of how our asset has been growing. So what happened was that when you use a year to build, another year to sell. The year that you are building, revenue will fall. Yeah. When you sell, it will go up. So that is what we have found, and that is what the cash flow represents. Now, on the yield, most people that are with us, I want them to come for capital growth. Capital growth is that what we are doing, we are growing our assets rather than profitability. But as we go into the market, raise additional capital, I expect our profitability to grow. If we actively, anytime we venture into affordable market, we have always made 100% return. That is how much it is at the moment. Let me give you an example. We did a development in K2, which we sold for 50 million. Our total cost was around 30 million. But obviously, cost is catching up to us now. We cannot move away. We cannot increase the price further. How many people can come and buy 3-bedroom in K2 for 50 million naira? But costs keep on going up. Today, we were told a ton of steel is now 1,200.
1 million.
1,200,000. About 2-3 months ago, it was about 800-900. So that is what we have found, sir. Additional capital. Our consultants will advise us when the market is able, but I'm sure that the chairman will say they are able now. So we need to look at it. And also one of the other things that we need to do is that we need to do a rating. I am aware that we need to do a credit rating to be able to come back into the market. And finally, worry.
Why do they carry last?
Suru Homes in Warri.
Yes, I have no answer.
We don't take no answer, sir.
But
We don't take no answer.
but we will look at it, man, because I know that the people of Warri are capable for whatever we build, and also our hotel will do very well in Warri. But in the past, we have not been. We will look at it, man. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Group Managing Director, Mr. Edwards. Thank you so much for those points. Let's move on very quickly to the end of the day, Alhaji Rashid Yusuf for his closing remarks on behalf of the market. Thank you, sir. You have the floor.
Thank you very much. I want to start my speech by thanking the group chairman. I'm thanking him because what he has done today is very historic as far as I'm concerned. He came here today and made it known to us and said his company is bringing this company to the market. I think for us brokers, one of the things we require in the market is total disclosure, and he kept with that. I want to thank him. I also want to thank the company for the presentation that you have made. You know, the politicians, no matter how you like to kick them left and right, they do have some good attributes also. If this afternoon were to be a political setting, the politician would probably ask this company and say, take a bow. Take a bow because the chairman of our group company is bringing a company to the market and is supported by 2 past chairmen of our association that are here to support the company. What else do we want about the integrity of that company?
Take a bow.
But having said that, maybe it's a lesson for future.
Yes, sir.
I also want the company to know that, yes, they have lent to you their integrity in bringing you and saying you are a good company. But then the rest is left to you. Because prices on the market is determined by 3 main factors. One of it which your published account. Whatever your published account say about you is what the broker will digest, and they will use that to reflect their judgment on your company. The other factor is, of course, what other information, additional information you provide for the market, apart from your published account. And that's why we have some other platform that you can come. I'm glad you made it mention of it in your story, that in your presentation, that you would like to come here as frequently as possible to make presentation to the market. I think that would be a very welcome development. We have what we call facts behind the figure platform here. You can always take advantage of that to present to the market development within your sector. Because, like you have said rightly, your market is a very volatile market. Things are happening in that sector almost on a daily basis. And therefore, the more information you provide to the market, the better for you and the better also for the broker. Of course, if you don't do this, then market also will value you on the basis of hearsay. And hearsay might be favorable to you. It might also not be favorable to you. That's why we ask you, come as many times as you come, be a friend of the broker, take advantage of the fact behind the figure platform, present as much information. Whether they have good information, whether they are otherwise, does not matter. The market will also share with you, but at good time and at bad time. Because the market interest is to make sure you succeed in whatever you are doing, and will also be your partner in progress. So I ask you, take advantage of those. Like I said, there isn't much to be said. In a political setting, we will just have asked you to take a bow and go. I'm asking you, despite all the discussion, take a bow and go.
Thank you, man. Thank you, Adoyen, for the market. Alhaji Rashid Yusuf, thank you very much for that. I think we just give the CEO of NGS Regulation just about a minute to formally thank everyone on behalf of the Nigerian Exchange and the rest of us for this presentation ceremony. Thank you.
Okay. Let me just thank everyone for coming out. Special thanks will go to the company itself, Halden McCall. I have to tell you that the journey for them being listed was a very, very rigorous one. And I'm sure that many other companies might have given up during that process. I have to tell you that we went to several board committee meetings, and we thought maybe this thing is a bit too, we're raising the bar a bit too high for them. They spoke about time to market. And I have to say that one of the things that the NGX and the RegCo in particular is very particular. Any company you see that is listed on the exchange, you should be rest assured that that company meets what we call gold standard. For you to come in and be listed, I think you must have gone through all those rigorous regulatory requirements. So we congratulate them today. And I think they really deserve a round of applause. There was a comment earlier about the size of their board. And just to tell you how receptive they were to the feedback we were giving them and their advisors as well. We said, look, there are various corporate governance standards in this country, the Nigerian Code of Corporate Governance, a number of other things, that requires committees and requires a number of independent directors. You must have a minimum of about a third of your directors must be independent. And they went the other extreme to bring all these additional board members just to satisfy the regulatory requirements. Of course, we don't have a role in terms of telling you what size you should have. It's really down to size, the size and complexity of your company. But it's just showing you how receptive they are to regulatory standards. So well done, and I'm sure that they will continue to do well in due course. But I want to thank everyone for being here. The board has been with us since 10 a.m. today. They are still here at past 4, so I think it's a very good time for us to bring the proceedings to an end. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We appreciate that, Mr. Olufemi Shobanjo. And just to add that listing on any exchange anywhere in the world goes through a rigorous process. And you can ask even the United States. It's not easy to bring a company to the public. The saying is that when you list on an exchange, you undress in public. Now, that's not a very easy thing to do, is it? So, and when you undress in public, you stay undressed in public. So the process of bringing a company to the market is never an easy one. is a tough one because the market instills discipline. In fact, in every facet of every financial system anywhere in the world, being listed is one of the most rigorous process, and listing brings you that code of honor upon which you pledge. So it's not something that you take very lightly. It is not something that you take very lightly. It's something that you hold very dear, and then you are very proud of. Let me say that companies that are listed on exchanges are very proud companies anywhere in the world. And Nigerian companies that are listed should be proud that they are listed companies. It's a distinguishing, it's a very distinguished badge of honor. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, for your time and effort. We thank you also for the chairman and the group from the, I call His Majesty, Halden, McCall. Please give them a round of applause. Give them an eye. Yes, make it stronger. Give them an eye. May your shadow never grow less. On behalf of the Nigerian Exchange Limited, on behalf of Halden McCall, please, we have the honor of bringing this event to a close. We'll have a few sessions of group photographs and then a presentation, I think, has been done on the floor. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Alhaji Kwaranga, thank you very much. I have the honor of handling this event for you.